Central seesaw battle. The Reds jump out early, but the Cardinals' comeback is simply grand. The Dodgers try to bounce back against the Cubs, but while their ace takes the mound, another takes on a troubling diagnosis. Father Time is undefeated, so how does an athlete handle it when the body begins to break down? And how does a former star know when to walk away? Joe Flacco discusses his old teammates, his new contract, and what he is and isn't willing to do for the Ravens.
I don't know what would have to happen for something like that to come across and you say yes.
We've got quarterback musical chairs, retirements on the hardwood and the hard court, and a rivalry renewed in the Premier League. Plus, we've got the buzzer where we check in on Kobe's rehab. You know what day it is?
It's game day.
What? It's time for Fox Sports Live. Welcome, everybody, to Fox Sports Live. There it is, the Audi Big Board, keeping us up to date on all the scores throughout the evening. Welcome in on this here Monday. Next to me, Donovan McNabb. Next to him, Andy Roddick, Ephraim Salam, and Gabe Kapler. The gang's all here. We send it over to the desk with Jay and Dan.
We're here as well. We're here to bring you highlights, lots of them.
Yeah, specifically the National League Central. Though the Pirates were idle Monday, the St. Louis Cardinals had an opportunity to take over the lead in the division. The Reds, meanwhile, went in 2.5 games back, and all these teams playing each other a bunch of times as the season wraps up. So let's see what happened Monday. Dancing in jeans. That's a mistake. Todd Frazier, 1 for 38 career against the Cards. First inning, Tyler Lyons gets some swings. Oh, he's 1 for 39. You go to the second inning, Zach Kozar hitting 198 with runners in scoring position. 2 on. Kozar hits one off Lyons. 2 runs will come around. It is a 2-run triple. And the Reds are looking good. They're up 2-0. But it's going to get better for Cincy fans. 3 batters later, Frazier trying to redeem himself with 2 on. John Jay, good effort. Not even close, though. It is another 2-run triple. And it is now 4-0. As you can see, Jay, good effort. No. So we go to the third inning. Still 4-0 Cincy. 2 on from Matt Holliday.
Runners in scoring position. 1-0 is hit out to deep left. It's at the track. It's at the wall. How about a big Macland? High towering drive, and Holliday makes it 4-3. Smashed it into Big Macland.
I'd love to live in Big Mac land. Holliday's 18th home run traveled an estimated 442 feet into the third deck. The Reds are still up now 4-3. Now it's 5-4 Cincy. Alan Craig up with the bases loaded.
First pitch to him. And Craig hits a high fly ball. Opposite way. Trent Grand slam. Alan Craig. The stadium rocking right now.
And that's the guy who served it up, J.J. Hoover. Craig taking a well-deserved curtain call. What a comeback victory for the St. Louis Cardinals. And by the way, that was Alan Craig's first career Grand Slam. So let's take a look at the standings after Monday's action in the National League Central. Monday's game against the Reds, by the way. The first of a 10-game stretch for the St. Louis Cardinals. They will play the Reds 7 times over those 10 games. The other 3 games just happen to be against the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Cubs and Dodgers. That's Mickey Dolenz. And look what Miley Cyrus's performance did to Mickey Mouse. Zach Greinke hitting .333 this season, 4th inning. 2 on, touches green. Nick Punto safe at third. A.J. Ellis scored. Greinke 1 for 2, raising his average to .340. 7th inning. Hanley Ramirez swings the get-out stick, his 14th of the year. The Dodgers have a 5-0 lead, top 8. Runners on the corners. Dioner Navarro. Grounded to Nick Punto. Backhanded stab, throw to first. Is it? It is in time. Ends the inning. Greinke out of the jam. Bottom 8, Puig. 2 for 4 in the game. Puig powers activate, his 13th of the year. Dodgers take a 6-0 lead, top 9. Brian Wilson in to finish it out. Facing Donnie Murphy. Does he have an elastic in his beard now? Is he Lou Albano?
Captain Lou?
That guy was awesome. Zach Greinke, unstoppable at this point, wins his 5th straight start, moves to 13-3 as the Dodgers win. Tigers and A's. A's holding the second wild card spot. Miggy Cabrera. Well, his team has the best record in the American League. First inning, A.J. Griffin gets him looking. Cabrera not impressed with the call. 3rd inning, game tied at 2. Coco Crisp takes Anibal Sanchez to Spanktown, now with fewer goats. That's his 100th career home run. Chris' 4th home run in the last 5 days. Chris, and he's gonna enjoy this one. It is an Extendamix celebration. A's up 3-2. 5th inning, Cabrera back at the dish. First pitch is in a place you probably don't want to throw it very often to Cabrera. Right over the plate, so the catcher, Stephen Vogt, comes out to warn Griffin, you might want to stay away from this guy. So let's see where the next 3 pitches are going to go. No, that's nowhere close to the plate. Okay, wants to keep it, yep, keeps it over there. The 3rd one, yeah. So how is he going to close out this sequence?
Apparent they're probably going to walk him. In the air, deep right field, way back, it is gone! They should have walked him. That man is cash money.
Cabrera's 43rd of the season ties the game at 4, 7th inning. 2-0 count on Cabrera. A's up 7-4. There's 2 on, and Bob Melvin doesn't want to risk it. So they give Cabrera the free pass to load the bases for Prince Fielder. And it works. Flies out to center. A's get out of the inning, and they get the win. 8-6, but Cabrera goes deep. Chris Davis was idle, so Cabrera now 3 home runs shy as he continues to try to get that triple crown. Miggy hit 43, make that 44 all last season. He's already got 43, and he's hit 11 his past 20 games. Joe Maddon's Rays entered Monday a game behind the Red Sox in the AL East. They lead the A's by 2.5 games for the first AL wildcard spot. Royals up 5-1. Jeremy Guthrie in a jam with the bases loaded. David DeJesus gets him a look in to end the inning. And Joe Maddon, he's not impressed with that at all. He's tossed. 6th inning. Salvador Perez at the dish with 2 on. And like a good teammate, he hits it out. 7th of the season. Royals win 11-1. And Maddon, he couldn't wait to get her to KC after getting routed. He said, we don't like Kansas City, except for the food. The plaza's nice and the barbecue. And this was one of the best ballparks in the American League, in all of baseball, really. But they just beat us up. So, really, you like Kansas City, Joe?
So earlier we showed you that the A's picked up a victory over the Tigers. The Rangers need a win over the Mariners to maintain that 2.5-game lead in the American League West. Elvis Andrus' 25th birthday. Mitch Moreland sends one off Joe Saunders. Justin Smoke, the smoke monster, the diving stop for the 9th inning. Rangers up 8-3. Kendrys Morales lines it up the middle. Andrus there for the diving snag on his birthday. Texas wins at 8-3 and maintains that 2.5-game lead in their division. To the Mets, Matt Harvey, a partially torn ligament in his elbow. He'll likely miss the rest of the season, though the Mets have not decided whether he'll need Tommy John surgery. Here is Harvey talking about his injury.
This past start, it was a little bit more, uncomfortable than normal, and decided it was, in the best interest to get it checked out. And, the last thing anybody wants to do is have surgery if you don't have to. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. I have no idea. I'm going to, prepare to the best of my ability and just get ready for next season.
Harvey with a 2.27 ERA this season. That is the 2nd lowest in the majors among starting pitchers behind Clayton Kershaw. These are just some of the pitchers who have had Tommy John surgery in recent years, and many of them come back to recover very nicely. Matt Harvey at the game supporting his team as the Mets were taking on the Phillies. Fourth inning, Mets up 1-0, 2-on. Cody Ashley sending the Zach Wheeler pitch to the wall. 2 runs come around. As the Phillies win 2-1, John Buck consoling Harvey in the dugout. In mere seconds, my face will appear on your television. Monday night, Derek Jeter came off the DL to play shortstop for the Yankees for the 3rd time this season. The other 2 times he did it, he injured himself within 24 hours, so fingers crossed, Yankee fans. They entered Monday's 7 games back of the Red Sox in the AL East. Dan, you going to participate in this show?
Yeah.
Jeter
Taking a rest.
called up for the first time since August 2nd. He had a calf injury. A routine grounder there. Well, it didn't look 100% as he ran down the first base line. Still no score. 3rd inning, tied at 1. Jeter, man on, grounds another one off Dickey, right, with the 5-4-3 double play that ends the inning. Jeter 0 for 3 with a walk in his return. So we go to the 5th now. Jays up 2-1. A-Rod at the dish.
It's this one in the air to right field. This is going to chase Sierra back to the wall. Looks up. This one is gone. A home run for Alex Rodriguez. That is home run number 650.
And that puts him 10 back of Willie Mays in the all-time home run list. So we're tied at 2, bottom 5. Edwin Encarnacion takes Phil Hughes to right. Oh, Ichiro can't make the play. 3rd error of the year for the 10-time Gold Glove winner. Toronto takes the lead 3-2 after Jose Reyes scores. 7th inning, Jays up 5-2. Encarnacion lines it off David Huff. Jeter shaking off the rust to make the play. Encarnacion can't believe it, but the Jays do win 5-2. But Jeter goes 0 for 3 with a walk in his return, and I believe that's exactly what the panel wants to discuss, Carissa.
It is, yeah. He's 39 years old, just came off the DL, as you just said, Jay. He went 0 for 3 tonight. So at what point, you guys are all retired, at what point in your career do you have to realize, hey, my body's breaking down and I can't keep up with my desire to compete? Gabe, I'll start with you.
I think there's something really attractive about an athlete that knows exactly when to take the spikes off. Case in point, Barry Sanders, although he was early, he left us with an impression of this was the greatest player of his time. Nobody wanted to see Joe Montana wear a Chiefs uniform. Certainly nobody wants to see Derek Jeter wear anything but a Yankees uniform. So when a guy knows it's his time, he knows best. It's not a coach's decision. It's not a fan's decision. He walks off the field and says, I gave everything I had. This is the right time for me to move on.
How did you know? What was your moment?
I just wasn't very good anymore. I mean, it was clearly time for me to go home and be with my family, but I think that's a good question. I'll throw it right back at you. When did you know?
I knew when it was time for me to settle it down when in 08 we drafted Dwayne Brown, and they called me into the office the day after he got drafted and it was like, hey, we're just going to let him start. We're not going to do the whole competing thing. We paid him first-round money. He's going to start. And then I spent a year in Detroit, and then that year in Detroit, it let me know it was time to go.
So you were a year in Detroit.
Yeah. It was
that
time,
year in Detroit.
It was time to do
less
something
about
else.
the body, more about Detroit.
Detroit took it all out of me.
And you just retired, but you retired when you were playing well.
Yeah, I actually won 2 out of my last 5 events, but it was about, you can do it a couple times, but it's about continuity. Like last year when I started the U.S. Open, I was serving at 142. By the time I finished a week later, after having played a couple tough matches, I was serving 124. And it's just not being able to do it over and over. And my thing was I wasn't as talented as the rest of the guys, so I had to work. And when I wasn't able to work as hard as I wanted to and train as hard as I wanted to, therefore my game suffered on court. And for me, I wasn't interested in not making runs at slams.
Donovan?
Well, your body just breaks down. And you just don't recover from injury like you used to. Nagging injuries begin to come back, and your body just, one week it's all right, then the next week it's like, oh, here we go again. I had a bagel or 2 and a cup of coffee in Minnesota, and I was just trying to figure out what was next. And I think for a lot of times, your phone service isn't working, so people are not calling anymore. The teams that you were interested in, they have their young guys, so I didn't want to go through the rebuilding deal.
Are we seeing this with Derek Jeter?
I don't think so. I think Derek Jeter was productive last year, But more importantly, if you're hurting your team, it's time for you to move on.
To go.
In some ways, Derek is going to start hurting his team. He's a defensive liability at this point. Alex Rodriguez is as well. So on the left side of the infield, you know, and at some point you have to say to yourself, hey, am I doing more harm than good?
But I mean, there's a lot of ego involved in the athletics, and so the ability for you guys to step away or to not have your phone ring, that's got to hurt.
Yeah,
your
the
pride.
money's guaranteed in baseball too.
Right.
So
he'll probably
big
play next year. You know.
All right, we got to take a break here on Fox Sports Live. Jay and Dan, what's coming up?
Well, I can tell you this, my phone never rings. Just 2 years ago, the Cy Young wasn't enough for Justin Verlander's remarkable season. So can Clayton Kershaw follow in his steps and snag the MVP?
Wayne Rooney faces off against the team that spent the summer trying to steal him away, Man U and Chelsea, in an early season test.
And what would you do with $120 million? Joe Flacco actually gets to answer that question, and you will not believe the first stop he made after signing a monster contract.
All right, if you're thinking about getting a new truck, you're probably thinking about fuel economy. Well, you're going to want some torque to go with it, because unless you're using your truck to deliver pizzas, you ain't getting anything done without it. Torque is power. It pulls trailers, hauls dirt, drags boulders. Torque is what gets the cap off your beer. And only the Ford F-150 with EcoBoost has the best combination of torque and fuel economy. Think about that. This is the 2013 Ford F-150.
Guess who's home early?
Hey, hon. Sit down. We'll make it a foursome.
Experience the intensity of Diablo 3 on the big screen. Diablo 3, coming to consoles September 3rd. Rated M for mature.
Is that my headdress? You can wear it, it's fine.
College football is on Fox Sports 1. Boise State battles Washington. Catch all the action this week, starting at 10 Eastern on Fox Sports 1.
All right, everybody, let's gather around here. This is a phenomenon. Every man, woman, and child deserve to know about you. I'm talking about the Intuit Small Business Big Game Program. That's when one small business wins their very own commercial on the 2014 Big Game. Who's with me?
That's a good pour. Frosty glass, perfect amount of foam.
Thanks, Coach.
How's your Bloody Mary?
Spicy,
Wings?
always fresh, never frozen.
All right. Who's the primary on Spider 2Z Snag?
It's the fullback out of the backfield. If he gets jammed, I'm hitting the flanker on a curl route.
You're good.
I know.
Huddle up at Hooters. Why would you go anywhere else, man?
Seth MacFarlane has a brand new comedy, and there's really not much more that needs to be said.
Like it's pretty, and you like it works.
Dads premieres next month on Fox.
This is Fox Sports Live. NCAA investigators questioned Johnny Manziel for 6 hours Sunday. This, according to ESPN sources. The interview concerned allegations that Manziel accepted money in exchange for autographs and took place on Texas A&M's campus. Their season opener Saturday against Rice.
The Spurs' Tony Parker reportedly scheduled an MRI for Tuesday after injuring his knee in a French national team exhibition game. The injury does not appear to be serious.
And Tiger Woods has pulled out of a friend's charity event due to back problems that also bothered him during the Barclays last weekend. Woods blaming the issues on a hotel bed that was too soft. Aaron Hernandez may be in jail awaiting trial on first-degree murder charges, but he still expects to be paid by the Patriots. At issue, an $82,000 workout bonus that was due to be paid to Hernandez this month. It did not get paid. Fox Sports insider Mike Garafolo reported last week that the NFLPA would file a grievance against the Patriots, and that officially happened on Monday. Hey, the Buffalo Bills going to start undrafted free agent Jeff Toole at quarterback in their season opener. The first-round pick, E.J. Manuel, is unable to play. This comes after Kevin Cobb suffered a concussion on Saturday. Fox Football Daily, featuring an all-star lineup of experts. And I'm sure they're going to have lots of time for Tool Time, because they'll go in depth. You know, my mother always said to me, treat others the way you'd like to be treated. She also says if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. Those two phrases need to be printed and handed out to Sloane Stephens and Serena Williams, because the next one and the one has spent the past year throwing barbs at one another. Now at the U.S. Open, if they each keep winning, their paths will lead to one another. Serena taking on Francesca Schiavone in the opening round. Serena won the first set, 6-love. Moved Schiavone back and forth before finishing with the overhand. She was dominating so much that Schiavone needed a hug from the ball boy. She was not having fun at all, and then the hug goes on for an awkward amount of time. Williams, match point. Return too much for Schiavone to handle. Blasted deep. Williams won it in 1 hour. 6-love, 6-1. 15th ranked Sloane Stephens taking on 110th ranked Mandy Minella, third set. 3-3 in the tiebreak. Stephens, far court, comes to the net. Finishes off Minella with the forehand volley. Minella can't hold back the tears, loses a tough one. Stephens all smiles. She wins 4-6, 6-3, 7-6. 2010 U.S. Open champ Rafael Nadal, 15-0 on the hard court this year. First set, American Ryan Harrison. He's 21 from Shreveport. They used to have a Canadian Football League team there. It didn't go so well. Nadal runs it down, curls in the sweet forehand winner. Wow. Nadal had 28 winners in the match, and Nadal takes the first set 6-4. Match point for Nadal. Gets Harrison off balance with the cross-court shot. Harrison stumbles, and Nadal finishes him off. He wins in straight sets. 6-4, 6-2, 6-2. You really have to enunciate straight sets.
Tuesday on Fox Sports Live, Andy Roddick goes one-on-one with Roger Federer. Federer's first-round match with Grega Zemlya of Slovakia was postponed Monday because of rain.
So the base is loaded very well again. This could be your ball game. This matchup right here. First pitch to him. And Craig hits a high fly ball. Opposite way. Track
Grand Slam. First career Grand Slam for him. NL Central, tight race there between the Cards, the Pirates, and the Reds. 3.5 games separating those teams. Who do you like in that division?
I think they're all going to make the playoffs, but I love the Cardinals. One reason why is they score runs in bunches, as we saw tonight between Alan Craig and Matt Carpenter. Big firepower. Matt Holliday there to provide a big boost. Also really like Yadier Molina being healthy. The guy is like a second manager on the field for Mike Matheny. So really able to lean on those guys. I really like the Cardinals. I do like the Pirates, but in my personal opinion, the Cardinals win the National League Central.
They have, this schedule gets really interesting. They're going to figure it out amongst themselves because over the next 2 weeks, they see each other a lot. The Cards schedule, they'll finish up with the Reds, and they've got a day off, and then they get the Pirates. Let's move on to the NL MVP race right now between, you like Andrew McCutchen, and you also like Clayton Kershaw. Let's start with Kershaw. What do you like about him?
Well, like you said, I like them both, Carissa, but I got to tell you, I remember being in the squat rack in spring training right next to Clayton Kershaw, and this lights me up because it's so vivid. He was squatting 315 and repping it out. The guy has an extraordinary work ethic. On top of that, he's got a 5.5 WAR, wins above replacement. Essentially, if you replace Clayton Kershaw in a lineup, you're gonna, with any replacement level player, you're gonna have 5.5 less wins. Now, I really like Kersh, but Andrew McCutchen of the Pittsburgh Pirates in center field plays a premium position. He plays every day, and his WAR is 6.8. I like Kutch a little bit better.
You like him, really, over Kershaw? Because there's been rumblings about Kershaw, if he'll end up winning the Cy Young and the MVP. That's happened 10 other times with the pitchers, but you like McCutchen in this case.
I do, and you have to put that in context. Obviously, Pedro Martinez in 1999 had a WAR of 11.9, so he was much, much better than the rest of the field. In Clayton Kershaw's case, you have Wainwright, who's sort of on his heels, and Matt Harvey, who's had a phenomenal year.
Devastating news for him today being out.
Injury. I really like Kersh, but for me, it's McCutchen for MVP in the National League.
Let's talk Derek Jeter. He was back in the lineup tonight. Didn't do much. He was 0 for 3 with a strikeout and a walk. Does he do anything for this team or in the AL East race?
He really doesn't, Carissa. He's an aging veteran player who, along with Alex Rodriguez on the left side of the infield, creates a big defensive liability for those guys. Baseball Prospectus has the Yankees at a 7.8% chance to make the playoffs. I don't think they have the horses in the starting rotation, and I certainly don't think they have the enough horses in the lineup. They're not scoring as many runs as the rest of the division by a long shot.
Only a 7.8% chance to make the playoffs, huh?
It's very unlikely that these guys get it together in time.
La Liga matchup. Real Madrid's first league road game taking on Granada. I said Granada first time around. Granada, tomato. 10th minute, Cristiano Ronaldo can't handle the pass. Benzema puts it away. Ronaldo's first touch gets away. The Frenchman there for the finish. Real wins it 1-0. Granada. Arsenal and Fenerbahce. We've got the pregame coverage on Fox Sports 1 beginning Tuesday at 2 Eastern, 11 Pacific. Arsenal won the first leg 3-0. Tuesday's game will be played at the Emirates Stadium in London. Winner of the series gets a spot in the Champions League group stages. As top contenders take the court in New York, what are the chances for an open surprise? Andy Roddick gives us his picks.
And is Tracy McGrady a Hall of Famer? That's next.
Once you turn on the mob turns on you.
The Witness Protection Program welcomes you to France. Try not to blow your cover.
Sure.
For years, the Blakes have been running for their lives.
Find him. Make him pay.
It's a cleanup operation.
Get the kids ready.
On September 13th,
They're somewhere.
they fight back.
Your family's insane.
I know.
The Family. Rated R.
Oh no, you broke your line again? So you'll wind and wind. What a waste of time. But no more. Introducing the Pivot Trim, the first trimmer head that keeps your line from breaking, saving you time and money. Just watch. Even banging it on pavers, edging around driveways, and smashing into walls won't break the line. It's even strong enough to cut right through plywood without breaking a single line. The secret is in the patented pivot action that protects the trimmer line. You can get the Pivot Trim today for only $19.95. It comes complete with a universal installation kit and 20 pre-cut trimmer lines. But hold everything. We'll guarantee you free trimmer line for life. We'll also include the 3-blade head free. Just pay separate processing and handling. The 3-blade head synthetic blades slice through the tough stuff, from saplings to the thickest overgrown brush quickly, cutting them down to size in no time. You'll get it all. Call now.
To order Pivot Trim for $19.95 plus processing and handling, call 1-800-849-4603. Again, that's 1-800-849-4603, or order online at pivottrim.com.
Labor Day is coming, and that means car sales events. And now there's a new way to buy, TrueCar. At TrueCar.com, we'll show you what others paid for the car you want, so you'll know if that sales price is a great price. Save time, save money, and never overpay. Visit TrueCar.com.
Check this out.
Sonny is coming back for an all-new season,
Off the street! Booyah!
but going to a new channel.
Which one? You were not clear.
Sonny is moving to FXX. Find your channel number at getfxx.com.
Sports talk just got more colorful.
Great team. You wouldn't put these guys together in a normal circumstance.
Crowd goes wild. Weekdays at 5 on Fox Sports 1.
Live Wire, where we tell you the big stories of the day, like Derek Jeter. Back in the lineup for the first time since August 2nd due to a calf injury. Jeter grounds one off R.A. Dickey for the routine 6-3 out. Jeter, not 100%. Jeter went 0 for 3 with a walk in his return. Yankees lose 5-2. James Blake announced Monday that he will retire after the U.S. Open. 33-year-old peaked at number 4 in the world and reached 3 Grand Slam quarterfinals since turning pro in 1999.
One-timer action. We put 15 seconds on the clock, and our experts weigh in on various topics. We will begin with you, Andy, the U.S. Open. Who do you have winning, men and women?
Nobody beats Serena if she's playing well. On the men's side, I like the storylines. Murray being the defending champ, coming off the victory at Wimbledon. Djokovic has been the best hardcourt player for the last couple of years, but Nadal's in form, coming off 2 wins in Montreal and Cincinnati. I like Nadal to win the men's, and watch out for the quarterfinal with Rafa and Federer. Never happened at the Open before.
Really? That would be interesting to watch.
Wow.
Donovan, you're up next. The Jets, they are a total mess. How long does Rex keep his job?
Before the bye. I think before the bye, they play 9 games until the bye. I think they'll probably go 2-7, 3-6. You know, get a chance. But I just think it's a downward slope for him.
It's over. It's over.
Next up, we'll go to you, Gabe. Alex Rodriguez. Hit his 650th home run. He now joins only 5 other people: Bonds, Aaron, Ruth, and Mays. 4 other people. So where do you put him on the list?
We're talking PEDs, performance-enhancing drugs. I have no idea what 650 home runs means for Alex Rodriguez. If you go back in time, when did he start taking performance-enhancing drugs? Does he have 400 homers right now or 650? I'm not sure. So for me, it's a tough call.
Tough call. Ephraim, Kurt Busch joining Stewart-Haas Racing, so he joins Tony Stewart and Kevin Harvick. Very talented drivers, but also very temperamental. How do those 3 coexist?
I think it's a rebirth for Kurt. I think he's, driving for an owner like Gene Haas. I think it's great. He hasn't been a part of a championship team since way back when he was with Matt Kenseth, and that was a long, long time ago. So I think this would be great for them. If they can keep their egos in check, I think they'll be great.
Easier said than done.
Don't forget Danica.
We are going to take a break here on Fox Sports Live. The Ravens will be looking for a repeat Super Bowl without Ray Lewis and Ed Reed. Coming up next, find out why Joe Flacco won't be the one to fill that void. That's all coming up next on Fox Sports Live.
At GMC, incredible thinking is everywhere. It's in our state-of-the-art dealerships. It's in a customer experience that's ranked highest by J.D. Power. And it's in the advanced engineering of the entire GMC lineup. Now get 0% financing plus $500 Labor Day bonus cash on any of these 2013 GMC models. The power of incredible thinking. That's professional grade.
Gosh, the more I see the GS4, the more I want one.
Then you should get one.
I just feel locked in.
I mean, they have Smart Switch that transfers everything over for you.
I don't know if I feel like learning how to use another phone.
You had to learn how to use your phone at one point, didn't you?
Yeah.
And you don't think you can do that again?
I see what you did there.
You're out of matches in the bathroom.
Thanks for having us over.
Yeah.
For a limited time, buy a Samsung Galaxy S4 and get a Galaxy Tab 2 or Note 8 for $199.99.
College football is on Fox Sports 1. Boise State battles Washington. Catch all the action this week, starting at 10 Eastern on Fox Sports 1.
Answering your phone between 5 and 7 on a weeknight? Not so smart. Buying your own kid a drum set? Not so smart. Getting a complete meal on the table under $10? Now that's smart. The new KFC $9.99 6-piece deal. 6 pieces of chicken, 3 biscuits, and 1 large side, just $9.99. Bringing home a meal the whole family loves for under $10? Very smart. Today tastes so good.
So now you're bringing Bridgestone's tire technology to the sports world in the form of this performance soccer ball?
That's right. The same extreme grip and performance technology we engineer into our Potenza tires is being tested here with the help of U.S. soccer star Alex Morgan.
Seriously? Little too much grip.
Yeah, well, it does make for a great tire.
At Bridgestone, our passion for performance knows no bounds.
If you're looking for help relieving heartburn caused by acid reflux disease, relief is at hand. For many, Nexium provides 24-hour heartburn relief and may be available for just $18 a month. There is risk of bone fracture and low magnesium levels. Side effects may include headache, abdominal pain, and diarrhea. If you have persistent diarrhea, contact your doctor right away. Other serious stomach conditions may exist. Don't take Nexium if you take clopidogrel. Relief is at hand for just $18 a month. Talk to your doctor about Nexium.
Sports talk just got more colorful.
Great team. You wouldn't put these guys together in a normal circumstance.
Crowd goes wild. Weekdays at 5 on Fox Sports 1.
Let's go. We came here to win a ring today.
Flacco lob down the middle. Jones makes the catch. Spins out of 1 tackle. Touchdown! Ravens! Now the Super Bowl will come down to 4th down. Ball's thrown up to the end zone, incomplete.
champion Joe Flacco is coming off of one of the best playoff performances by a quarterback in NFL history. He also got a brand new contract that makes him one of the league's highest paid players. Fox Sports NFL insider Peter Schrager sat down to talk the new deal, the new look Ravens, and chicken nuggets.
Joe Flacco's going to be a great player. Joe Flacco is a great player.
I think I'm an asset to this team. I'm worth what I'm worth.
Sure he's elite. Sure he is.
I bring to the table what I bring to the table. The fact that we won the Super Bowl just comes with that. The priority of mine was to get that respect that I feel now from this organization.
Matt Stafford, Tony Romo, Matt Ryan, Aaron Rodgers. They didn't win the Super Bowl this year. They signed contracts no one bats an eye. You signed this contract, and the reaction is they spent too much on Flacco. How do you react to that kind of talk?
It's just the way it is. I mean, you got a quarterback that you believe in, that's what you have to pay him. I mean, that's what today's football is, that's what everybody brought upon themselves, really. And that's fine.
Does it burn you up, though? I mean, when Matt Stafford, who went 4-12 last year, gets this deal and everyone just nods their head, does it burn you up and say, what did I do? How can I know?
I can't complain too much. I got paid. I mean, I'm glad to see those guys out there getting big contracts. I mean, I think that's what it's all about.
The day you signed the contract, March 4th, what do you do? Where do you go to eat? What's the move after that?
Then I just drove back home to New Jersey. On my way home, I stopped at McDonald's and got a quick bite to eat.
McDonald's?
I hadn't eaten.
You go to a truck stop McDonald's?
Exactly, pretty much, yeah.
What do you get, chicken nuggets?
Oh, I got whatever was going to be the cleanest. So, yeah, I think it ended up being some fries, a drink, and
super size of this?
No. I got the minimal.
You're the Super Bowl champion, yet I'm looking on newsstands right now. I see RG3 on the cover of GQ. I see Colin Kaepernick, ESPN The Body. How many magazine shoots did you do this offseason?
Well, you're not going to be seeing me on ESPN The Body issue. You're not going to be seeing me in GQ magazine. It's all for the better that those guys want to do those things. It's just, that's not my personality.
Ray Lewis retires, and now there's this thought of void in the locker room. Like, who's going to fill in? Who's going to give the speeches? Is Joe Flacco the man who's going to step in for Ray Lewis?
Joe Flacco will not be giving any, speeches or, a lot of speeches. It's one of those things that you get a guy like Ray, and he loves to do that, and he's good at doing that, then great. I'm sure every now and then, somebody's going to stand up and say some things, but, that's not really, what we need or what we're all about.
I'm going to give you a few names, and just give me one-word answers when I say these names.
I'm scared of these questions.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, champion.
Peyton Manning.
Top of the game. It's tough to give a one-word answer.
Dennis Pitta.
Hurt.
Hurt. Ray Lewis.
Awesome.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Steeler.
Steeler. There are 11 teams with better Super Bowl odds than the defending champions. You guys are 30-1 odds to win the Super Bowl. Does it give you a little motivation? Anything? Is that locker room material?
I don't know. I don't think you pay attention to it. Things are said in the preseason all the time, about us, about other teams, and, they rarely come true. It's a matter of getting out there on Sunday and playing well, and we're excited to do that.
Everyone's saying no Ed Reed, no Ray Lewis, no Dennis Pitta. How is this team going to get the job done? How are the Ravens going to rebound? Talking to the Super Bowl MVP, are you confident this team can go all the way?
No doubt about it. We got a great football team. We got a young group, guys that are ready to go, eager to get out there. I have all the confidence in the world in my and our ability to go do it. And I think we have the guys to do it. I think the outsiders may not see it that way, but I think they'll see it pretty soon.
The reigning Super Bowl MVP is already among elite company after his nearly flawless postseason. Flacco's 6 road playoff wins. You guys, is the most by a starting quarterback in NFL history, and he is the first quarterback to win a playoff game in each of his first 5 seasons. So you just heard him there with Peter Schrager talk about his role as a leader with the departure of Ray Lewis. Can he step up and be that leader, Donovan?
Absolutely. I think he's the leader of the team. We all know when Ray Lewis talks, everybody listens, the cameras are on, so he's going to do what he do. But I think in a situation for a guy like Joe Flacco, who's 9-4 in the playoffs with 63 wins in 5 seasons, they know when number 5's behind the center, they have a great chance of winning. So Joe's not a vocal guy, but he likes to show and lead by example.
You don't have to be the, everyone gather around, listen to me. You don't have to be that type of leader. But if you can go out there and you can just win ball games, you saw the impressive list that he was on. he wins games, right? He's done something no other quarterback has done in the first 5 years. That's leading. So when, you know, people were griping about the money. So what?
What do you want
from your quarterback to do?
Super Bowl.
Right? He just won the Super Bowl. He's done something no other quarterback has ever done. What do you want your quarterback to do? What makes it worth it to pay him that much money?
Well, that was the best start to a free agency I've ever seen that he had in the playoffs last year. And I remember a year and a half ago, he said, I'm the best quarterback in the league, and we all looked at him like he was crazy. He says, you know, what am I doing out here if I don't believe that? But he actually backed it up. He had an offer for 6 years, $90 million, and he said, that's not what the best quarterback gets paid. Holds off on guaranteed money, and we all know how hard that is. Holds off on that, wins the Super Bowl, gets another $30 million. I mean, this guy backs up his confidence.
Well, now he doesn't have the weapons around him on either side of the ball. You got the departure of Ray Lewis. Ed Reed is now gone. Anquan Boldin's in San Francisco. Dennis Pitta is hurt. How does he get this team even back to the playoffs with the departure of some of those big names?
Well, one thing about Baltimore, they start with the run and they end with the run. Baltimore has never been privileged enough to have a star wide receiver. Anquan Boldin was a guy who was a workhorse. You know, Dennis Pitta was a guy who played well in the playoffs, but he's been banged up a little bit. Their tight end situation right now is up in the air. And wide receiver, if you're relying on Torrey Smith to be your #1 guy, you're in trouble. So I think what Ozzie Newsome has to do is be able to go out and bring in a guy that people are going to have to focus on at the wide receiver position. Because if you're going to continue to run the ball, they're going to just put 8 in the box and just play man on the outside.
Are they the best team in that division?
Oh, no. No, I don't believe so. But, you know, I'll give them credit. They're probably second. I won't count them out.
Behind who? The Bengals?
Behind the Bengals, yeah. Behind the Bengals. I like the Bengals' new fast-paced offense, and their defense is ferocious.
All right, that'll do it for this discussion right now. But a reminder that Quarterback Week continues on Fox Sports Live. 2-time Super Bowl winning quarterback Eli Manning will join us on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, Jets quarterback Mark Sanchez. And we finish the week with second-year starters Andrew Luck, followed by 49er star Colin Kaepernick. And I'm told he will be wearing clothes.
Up next on Fox Sports Live, it's not a reach, it's not a stretch, it's the one. It's up to you. Your votes crown the day's best play.
Play track 1. Built by all of us, for all of us, the next Harley-Davidson motorcycles.
For 185 years, Irwin has been making professional tools for professional tradesmen. Today, Irwin Tools salutes those who build this nation with their bare hands. Join Irwin in celebrating National Tradesman Day to say thanks for a job well done.
Man, I love these new Red Button Roast coffees. It is exactly what I need.
Tell me about it. This French vanilla one is a great way to start the day.
Did you just say, tell me about it and then keep on talking?
New Red Button Roast and premium breakfast burritos, now with egg whites. This is how you Sonic.
There's a new way to buy a car. It's called TrueCar. And TrueCar users save time and money. So when you're ready to buy a car, make sure you never overpay. Visit TrueCar.com today.
Look at you two guys. Sharp.
Hey, JB.
You two guys are the best broadcasting team in football. Don't you guys need to make it even better? Third man in the booth. Let me slide in there. Let me do what I do, right? Let me get up in there, you know, bring the ruckus to the ladies and do all that good stuff.
There's a problem here. Joe does play-by-play, I do analysis. There's not room for a third guy in the booth. There's just not.
All right. We'll get rid of Joe.
Today's a good day to get famous.
Follow baseball's best in their hunt for postseason glory. Mission October, Mondays at 7:30 on Fox Sports 1.
Tomorrow, UEFA Champions League qualifying continues. It's do or die for Fenerbahce as Arsenal takes a commanding lead.
And that's the harsh reality.
Wednesday, AC Milan holds a crucial away goal as they battle PSV Eindhoven. UEFA qualifying action, live on Fox Sports 1.
It's the Fox Sports Live TV show. Back to the U.S. Open. Two-time U.S. Open champ Venus Williams, motivated after a back injury kept her out of Wimbledon. Taking on Kirsten Flipkins. And Venus wins it in straight sets. She's now 15-0 in opening round matches at the U.S. Open.
Flair over the head of Flores, but he's able to reach back and grab it. Forsythe, the long throw, and dug out by Alonso. At the wall, he reaches up and grabs it. A sliding catch in right field and takes a hit away. Adams comes up with it. Flips to Venus. What a play by the big man.
Have a night, Coco Crisp. He's doing it all.
You all right? Yeah. Those sure were nice, but they weren't the best. They were the honorable mentions for the one.
Think of those places the water the waiter brings to start your meal. Refreshing, but you forget all about it once the booze arrives.
Number 5, Dodgers and Cubs, top 8, 2-on, 2-out, Deoner Navarro. Down the line, Nick Punto. Covered a lot of ground. Nick Punto helped the Dodgers to the 6-2 win.
Number 4, Astros White Sox, Adam Dunn launches. Brandon Barnes brings it back. Goes up and over to rob Dunn of one. And the Astros won.
Number 3, Mariners Rangers, top 6, Seattle down 4-3. Mitch Moreland, a rocket down the line. The smoke monster, Justin Smoke, the diving stop. And the toss to first to complete the play.
Almost the one at number 2, first round of the U.S. Open, Rafael Nadal. And when Andy Roddick saw this for the first time, he says, come on. Come on. Tracks it down, delivers a winner. Incredible range. That's Nadal.
But this is the one. Alan Craig, first career Grand Slam. It was the difference. The huge 8-6 St. Louis Cardinals victory over their NL Central rivals, the Cincinnati Reds.
And the one that got away. Yankees, Jays, and Ichiro. DQ burgers are tasty.
The Orange Julius's are great too, but they're like $12.
True. When can a hockey fight be called adorable? Only when it's in the buzzer. The cutest slugfest you'll ever see is next on Fox Sports Live.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Still doesn't feel real. Our time together was so short.
Well, since you have Progressive's total loss coverage, we were able to replace your totaled bike with a brand new one.
The tank, the exhaust. Well, she looks just like Roxy. You know, I bet she's in a better place now.
I'm sure she is.
Getting you back on a brand new bike. Now that's Progressive.
Man, if they sold these pretzel dogs at the stadium,
Oh, everybody would love it.
getting a hot dog on a premium pretzel bun with melted cheese sauce and crispy bacon here.
Oh, no thanks. I already got one.
The summer's biggest hit is the new premium pretzel dog. This is how you Sonic.
College football is on Fox Sports 1. Boise State battles Washington. Catch all the action this week, starting at 10 Eastern on Fox Sports 1.
ADT Pulse Interactive Solutions not only helps protect Sarah's home, it can help save her money, managing her lights and temperature the way she wants. Beth can use ADT Pulse to easily arm her home security system, right from her phone. And with secure real-time video, Dan can keep up with life at home. With ADT Pulse, you can manage and help protect your home from your phone or computer.
Now get ADT installed for just $99.
ADT, always there.
Hey, did you know Honey Nut Cheerios has oats that can help lower cholesterol? And it tastes good? Sure does. Wow. It's the honey. It makes it taste so... Would you look at the time? What's the rush? Be happy, be healthy.
Recently, Forbes.com reviewed luxury cars and liked what they saw in the new Acura ILX.
They noted its luxurious interior and were impressed with the way the ILX performed. When all was said and done, they named the ILX one of their hottest new cars for 2013. And that was before they saw this incredible offer.
Visit your local Acura dealer. Luxury, intelligently priced.
The Acura ILX. Luxury, highly recommended.
Wake up to a new better breakfast. It's Golden Corral's tastier than ever weekend breakfast buffet. For one low price, it's our new buttermilk pancakes, bacon, sausage, signature omelets, and more. Juice included, only at Golden Corral. And join us Monday, September 2nd for Labor Day breakfast.
This is Fox Sports Live. Tracy McGrady announces retirement Monday. 16 seasons, finishes his career as one of only 16 players to finish with 18,000 points, 5,000 rebounds, and 4,000 assists.
Since our Get Me That Stat segment usually gets dropped from the show, I had our producers put up this hilarious picture of Jonathan from Who's the Boss dancing with Beetlejuice at the MTV Video Awards Sunday night. Turns out it's not Jonathan from Who's the Boss, it's Miley Cyrus. And this segment didn't get dropped. Though I think I speak for all of us when I say it should have been dropped, because it's terrible. Derek Jeter, Ichiro Suzuki, Alex Rodriguez totaled 8,952 Major League hits entering their game against the Blue Jays Monday night, the most career Major League hits by a starting trio of teammates since the 1927 A's. Giants and Rockies, Hunter Pence, Pablo Sandoval, twerking before the game. Michael Kadire to the wall. Hunter Pence, no. Oh. Full speed. He would stay in the game, everybody. And, yeah, he's okay. He's okay. Second inning, still scoreless. One on. Todd Helton takes Barry Zito deep to right for his ninth. By the way, Helton turned 40 on August the 20th. The Rockies are up 2-0. Seventh inning, Rockies up 5-zip. Charlie Blackmon lines one toward third. The Kung Fu Panda from one knee. But it wouldn't be enough as the Rockies win 6-1.
Astros and White Sox, fourth inning. Astros up 4-1. Adam Dunn sends it deep. Brandon Barnes going back. He got it at the wall. Robs Dunn of a home run. Perfectly timed. Sixth inning. Dunn at the dish again. This time, no one's catching it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Go ahead. He hit a seat. His 30th of the season. Ninth inning. Game tied at 8. Matt Dominguez. Up. His 19th of the year as the Astros win. 10-8.
Padres and D-backs entering Monday. Arizona 9.5 back of the Dodgers in the National League West. Sixth inning. Zone up 2-1. Bases loaded. Martin Prado hitting .357 since the All-Star break. Hits one off Tyson Ross. Tony Campana and Adam Eaton both cash. The D-backs win 6-1.
Time now to look at some of the best video and pictures to hit the internet on this Monday. We call it the buzzer. Yes, it's a very fancy name. We start with Evgeny Malkin, starting a little scrap with a younger opponent.
That's right. Don't back down, little man. Get him, Dan.
I think that's Dan.
That's Jay versus Dan right there.
Yeah. Take his knees out.
They're from Canada. They probably hockey fight.
Oh, they like to fight. Yeah. Uh-oh, the shirt goes over the head. It's over. It's a wrap.
It's abuse, I think.
Yeah, he needs to be arrested.
Yeah.
Dan's rolling his eyes over there. He doesn't appreciate that comment. Next up, Giants punter Steve Weatherford showing off his ripped abs.
So maybe the guy to the right just finished eating.
No, the guy from the right, it's not so much fat, it's more like resting muscle.
There's a lot of hair. Maybe he has a six-pack.
Yeah, he could like get some clippers and
it's just relaxed. He's just not trying.
Yeah.
I just appreciate that we're giving a punter some love.
Punter's jacked.
Kobe Kobe Bryant continuing his rehab with a little game of Pop-A-Shot. Who doesn't want Pop-A-Shot?
Yeah, but he just scored like 100 or something.
Well, it's Kobe Bryant, so
that tells me he's healed.
Was that tell you? Yeah.
He can play.
Yeah, he can play day one.
Yeah, he can play.
Yeah, he's ready.
Yeah.
I would just be impressed if I walked in and saw Kobe Bryant playing Pop-A-Shot.
Would you play with him?
Of course, I would
But what would you
annihilate
say?
him. I wouldn't have to say anything. I would let my jumper do all the talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Probably.
I heard it as you just followed through.
Okay, speaking of basketball and a professional basketball player, Dirk Nowitzki gets very excited for game days. Take a listen.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is, huh? Kayla, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Champ, 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 champ. What day is it, champ? Hey, Cash, guess what the day is?
It's game day.
What?
That's easily the best video of the day, for sure.
That's a great video.
We should just keep replaying that over and over. For more buzzing topics, head over to foxsports.com. It's like a website right there. Time now for our favorite segment here on Fox Sports Live, the best person in sports. Today's honor, well, it goes to Cleveland Cavaliers star point guard Kyrie Irving. Irving is in South Africa for NBA's Basketball Without Borders program taking place later this week. But before that gets started, he spent the weekend in Soweto playing basketball and cricket with school children. Part of some UNICEF action right there. So it's a great cause. Give it up for Kyrie Irving for doing work in the community.
Little cricket.
Yeah, little cricket.
Little cricket.
What accent?
Whatever
Is
he
I don't
said.
know, but it's
Jane, Dan, it's all yours.
Thanks, Carissa. We blew it. Apparently, during our Flacco interview, we played an eagle screech instead of a raven call. Sorry, bird nerd. And we had some issues with Grenada.
Grenada. And I have issues with McNabb.
Whoa.
I heard you.
See that battle.
Now on Fox Sports Live, NL Central seesaw battle. The Reds jump out early, but the Cardinals come back.